The Elves and the Shoemaker. Scott stitched strong and sturdy shoes to try to sell each day. Each style was plain and simple, in a choice of brown or gray. But no one ever bought the shoes, which meant that Scott was poor. They'd shout, "Your shoes are boring," and then storm out of his store. Scott has got a simple store. The shoes don't sell, so Scott stays poor. It wasn't long until Scott had just 3 more coins to use. He spent them on some leather to make one last pair of shoes. He spread the leather out to start, but longed to sleep instead. He put his scruffy slippers on, then scurried straight to bed. Scott has got a simple store. He spends his coins and has no more. When Scott woke, he got a scare. The leather had all gone, but then he stared, for in its place 2 sparkly shoes now shone. The shoes were truly stunning, so he put them on display. A woman quickly spotted them and sprinted in to say, "Scott has got a simple store." A woman speeds in through the door. "I'd like to buy those stylish shoes. They're splendid as can be." Scott handed some coins and squealed, "Please stitch more shoes for me." Scott thought, this was a stroke of luck, and what have I to lose? If I buy leather with these coins, perhaps I'll find more shoes. Scott has got a simple store. This deal's too perfect to ignore. When Scott woke up, 2 pairs of shoes were standing in his store. He put them on the special shelf, just like he'd done before. Again the woman scurried in and said, "I'll take both pairs." Then off she skipped to spread the word about Scott's splendid wares. Scott has got a simple store. The woman's sure to buy some more. Her story spread, and soon the store was featured in the news. And then then on, the people swarmed to buy Scott's swanky shoes. One morning Scott woke up and thought, "I'm as rich as I could be. I only wish I could know who makes these shoes for me." Scott has got a swanky store, and now he's richer than before. So Scott spread lots of leather out and hid behind a door, and soon 2 scruffy elves snuck in and sprung across the floor. They scrambled up the table legs in an old tattered suits. They stitched with skill until they made some snazzy leather boots. Scott has got a superstore. The skillful elves make shoes galore. As soon as all the work was done, they sped off like a shot. I must reply that elves got thought and stayed up late to plot. Before too long, Scott had a plan to thank the helpful pair. He stitched some special stylish suits and shoes for them to wear. Scott has got a special store. He stitches suits they'll both adore. That night the elves came by again and spied the splendid clothes. They tried each outfit on with joy. They stopped to strike a pose. The elves were so excited that they asked if they could stay. They moved into Scott's store once again to make new shoes each day. Scott has got a special store. The elves look stylish, that's for sure. Thanks to the elves, Scott always had great stacks of shoes to sell, and then Scott's clothes had been a hit. The store stocked suits as well. Scott has got a special store. The elves will stay forevermore.